Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining my presentation today. My presentation is going to be on plants growing in a toxic environment. In my experiments today, I will be using 3 floor cleaners, and my main goal in this experiment is to test my hypothesis. So we're going to check out my presentation, and we'll find out what my experiment results were. So in my experiment planning, my dependent variable was the growth of the radishes. My independent was the chemicals added to the water. My control was the 0% solution in every group that I used. And the constants were each chemical will be diluted with the same amount of water. This is constant because it won't change in any of the experimental groups. So all of them are going to reflect the same amount. The location the radish seeds will be, all the radish seeds will be in the same location, and the type of seed will be radish seed. So that's not going to change much in this experiment at all. Some of the items that I tested were radish seeds. I used 3 product cleaners, which is Windex, Pine Sol, and Method Floor Cleaner. Now we get to the juicy part, my hypothesis. So what I'm trying to test is if the radish seeds are grown with toxins, then the Method Floor Cleaner will grow more than Pine Sol or Windex because it has the least amount of toxicity in the product. Some of my confounders were the placement of the seeds, if it's in a bad environment for growth to occur, not too hot, not too cold. The seed may not be a good seed and has 0 growth spurts. So those are some of the problems that I could come across. All right, so the results and data that I got from 5 days of growth with my plants. So each average, when you look on the horizontal axis, you'll see that the average from 0% all the way to 100%. So these are an average of 10 radish seeds that I had in each packet, and I'll show you more about my setup. But my results were the Method Floor Cleaner. Yes, it had significant amounts of growth. However, it did not have as much as the Windex Cleaner over here on the right-hand side. So the Windex Cleaner showed greater results than the Method Floor Cleaner, according to my data, putting my hypothesis to the test. My experimental setup. So you can see here, this is after 5 days. I opened them up. They had significant growth. Just not as much as a Windex Cleaner, and you can see here they're actually reaching up. So it's pretty interesting to see. They're not reaching up for sun or anything like that. They're just up from the placement of the packets. You can see here they're all in one place, and this is my setup. More pictures. So you see here some of the Windex didn't grow as much. And then here's the Windex, and then you can see the Pine Sol had some growth, just not much. And this is what actually, I put this one in here because it's 100% toxic, and there was still some growth in the Pine Sol, which was interesting to see. My conclusion was my hypothesis was incorrect. The radish seeds from the less toxic floor cleaner would yield a higher growth because the radish seeds average higher for the Windex versus the Method Floor Cleaner. You can see here the 10% almost doubled in the Windex Cleaner, and the 0.01 column tripled. So it's super cool to see that. The significance of my project was that radish seeds will grow in the environment as much as they possibly can. Obviously, if you look at my results, very rarely did we have any growth in the 100% toxicity environment. So they won't grow in a toxic environment. Not to say that they won't entirely. You might see some growth happening because the plants are very resilient, and because of that water dilution, it's gonna germinate and have some kind of growth. But however, it's not gonna grow as much in a toxic environment as we saw in the results. Here's some citations. Thank you all so much for listening to my presentation. Have a good day.